everybody, and welcome again to Faith on Friday Extra. This series is all about highlighting people, subjects, and businesses that I know you will find interesting, engaging, and always encouraging. And I'm your host, Rikki Smith. Today, we're going to talk about mentorship. Now, all of us want a mentor. We've probably been a mentor, but what really is mentoring and mentorship all about? I want to introduce my guest. Her name is Andree Long. Hey, Andrea.
Hi,
How are you? Thank you so
I am
much
doing
for
awesome
being here.
today.
I appreciate you being here and taking the time. So, we are going to kind of just jump right in if that's okay. First of all, tell me a little bit about your mentoring program. Let's start there.
Well, my mentoring program is I am a relationship coach. And because of that, I actually do it along with side of my husband. And we have a ministry called Strive. And then we do different life groups, different peer groups. And one of the peer groups that I do personally is called W.H.A.P on the Move, which is Women Have a Purpose. And it's geared for women leaders. And so I
Awesome.
mentor women leaders through W.H.A.P on the Move. And
Okay.
it's a movement that ministers. That's what
Oh,
we
I
call
like
it.
that, a movement that ministers. So, in the mentoring of these women, what kind of things are you helping them through or with in your program?
Well, a lot of people don't really know their purpose at times. And so they're probably also they're in leadership or they're aspiring to be leadership. So this woman can be a mother, this woman can be an entrepreneur, this woman can be in ministry, and they're trying to I'm that bridge to bring them to the other side to accomplish whatever they're trying to go
Hmm.
to.
Hmm.
And so I help them along the way, and then through that they know more details about their purpose of why they were put on this earth.
Sure.
And so that's what I helped them with on that. And it's not just me in itself, but it creates this community of
Mm-hmm.
women that we kind of cultivate each other
Sure.
to pursue our goals and our dreams.
Man, that's so awesome. Because, you hear so many, there are a lot of women networking groups, women mentoring, women entrepreneur groups. What makes your mentoring program different? Or is it that you just deal with a different niche of women?
I think what mine's is different is because um it's not necessarily fully just me per se. It's because I think the women leaders like it is that they are able to have a place that they
Mm-hmm.
can call their own, and they come together, and we they have individual goals of their own,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a place where they can come together and make impact together.
Right.
And I think that might be the niche of it, because they're free to do their own thing and they
Mm-hmm.
have that support group
Right.
or that tribe per se.
Yeah.
So that they're able to come together and have that tribe, and then they go and we kind of cheer them on
Mm-hmm.
along their way to pursue their own goals.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like a fill up,
Mm-hmm.
like if you go on the gas station when you're empty, and us
Yeah.
as leaders, we kind of are empty at times.
Yeah.
This is a place where you can get poured into,
Sure.
so you can go back and do what you're called to do.
That's good because they say it's lonely at the top, and
Yes,
it is nice to
exactly.
have a tribe. So what got you started? Why mentorship for you? What was that thing that pushed you into that direction?
Oh gosh, Rikki, to be honest, I didn't know it was going that route. And I'm about to date myself, because when I first started to do this, I did it on, I don't know if nobody knows about MySpace.
I've never heard of that ever.
Okay, there's this thing called MySpace where you could set up your little things. And I thought it was just a blog. Like I was just to
Right.
write different little blogs to encourage people. And then eventually I was sharing different people that would come. I'm a military spouse,
Mm-hmm.
so I was traveling along the way, and different women kept on coming, and I would encourage them.
Sure.
And I would see a woman, I'm like, you know what, you could be baking cakes, and next you know, that lady will just start having a business
Wow.
baking cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Or I was like, you know what, you could be doing this. And so I would run and meet different people, and they
Mm-hmm.
wind up getting businesses, or they wind
Wow.
up starting a daycare, or whatever the
Sure.
case might be.
Mm-hmm.
So it developed over time till now. I'm like, okay, I can't be talking to individuals all the time. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to start having a set place for all these women to come. So
Wow.
that's how it really developed.
Wow.
Me individually talking to women to
Mhm.
now there's a set place for them to all come to.
Man, that's awesome. So, who have been the mentors in your life, and what is it that they gave you?
There is this one mentor for her. She's no longer here,
Mm.
but she was my music teacher. I actually in the beginning of my life I
Mm-hmm.
played. I was a musician at a
Mm-hmm.
church, and she poured into me like no other. Her name is Miss Calhoun,
Mm-hmm.
and she just loved on me. She was a sewer. She sewed clothes. She taught me how
Wow.
to play. And through that, I started, ministering to people through song. And
Mm-hmm.
so that is one of my biggest mentors. And there's many more, but
Sure.
mainly it was through churches, me
Mm-hmm.
going to different church ministries and stuff like that.
Right.
And of course, my mom.
Yeah.
She is a powerhouse of a woman, and she really instills on me to be the best I can be. Don't
Mm-hmm.
let nobody dictate who you are.
Mm.
Be your true self,
Right.
and don't apologize for it.
Oh, I love that. Because especially when you're talking about women, we're almost taught to constantly apologize. I'm sorry, I'm
Yes.
sorry, I'm sorry. And then as a mentor to hear somebody tell you, be who you are, your authentic self, and don't apologize for it. That's huge. That is so huge. So now, Andree, when you're talking about mentorship, and I heard you say, mentorship in business, which is amazing. Mentorship as women in business. You're a former military spouse. How important is that mentorship to the psyche of these women?
I think it's very important because there are times when we have our low points and there are times when we have our high points.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on the situation you're in, I tell women all the time, your low point is the best time to write
Wow.
it down so that you can remember where you came from.
Oh,
And
wow.
so when you're going through that transition, and it's
Mm-hmm.
only a transition, you're never going to always be there. It's
Mm.
just a transition, to write it down so you can remember where you come from, because that lesson is for somebody else.
Wow.
It's bigger than you. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I'm always telling, because I deal with women in leadership.
Sure.
Girl, you're learning this for a reason.
That's it.
It's bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you're a mom, it might be for your son, it might be for your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
It might be for just somebody that's watching you and seeing how you're going to handle it.
Right.
And so that's the difference between men me and my mentorship. Is not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily telling you, oh, you're going to get this so you can reach your goals. No,
Right.
you're going to get this because it's for somebody else.
That's good. That's good. Because you hear a
It's
lot
for
of mentors,
somebody else.
people who are looking for a mentor. I don't think they really know that they're looking for someone to help them not necessarily get what they want, but kind of get where they're going, but also help people along the way. Have you
Yes.
ever mentored anybody who just said, never mind, this whole thing ain't for me?
Yes, I have.
So what's the low point of mentoring look like?
I think for me, a lot of times people think that their purpose, because that's what it's about for me,
Hmm.
is it has to be in a brick or mortar. It has to
Sure.
be a formal thing,
Hmm.
but it starts where you're at,
Yeah.
And so if they're saying it's not for me, you're breathing, right? So, I mean, it has to be for you. You
Hmm.
didn't just come on this earth for just the clock to just keep on
Sure.
going on and on and on.
Exactly.
There's a reason why you're here.
Hmm.
And so when they're like, this is not for me, yeah, this is for you. You're not an accident. You're made for a reason.
Right,
And I'm
right.
here to find out what it is.
And you will like this, dang it. But that's kind of true because as a mentor, sometimes the mentee may not get it because they don't really want it. Because I think when you're looking at mentoring, people will come to me. I've had people come to me, oh, Miss Rikki, will you mentor me? 100
Yeah.
years ago, I would just say, yes, 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 not realizing how important it was. Now, when people ask me to mentor them, I have one question for them. What do you want from me? And if they cannot answer what it is they want, I already can't help you because you don't know what you want. I'm not here to find your purpose. I'm here to help you get there.
Yes.
You want,
Yes.
so are there people who've come to you for mentorship that you have opted not to mentor?
Um, there's times I do say, you know what, I think you just need somebody to talk to at
Mm-hmm.
this time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like about W.A.P on the Move, because usually there's that person that is there. It's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily just all on me at
Sure.
that time.
Mm-hmm.
So if they do coming for that one-on-one and that mentorship,
Sure.
there's so much entities of W.A.P on the Move
Mm-hmm.
that they'll find their niche. And
Mm-hmm.
it might be just for fellowship or something
Yeah.
along that way.
Sure.
And
Mm-hmm.
so that person will not be lost in the sauce per se.
Yeah.
There will just be another place for them to go. And especially here in my local community, we get a lot of spouses, military wives, they're just transitioning and they
Sure.
want that, that friendship. They need
Mm-hmm.
some family, a
Mm-hmm.
temporary family. But there's things on WAP on the Move that could be for them. And they
Okay.
might not necessarily know where they're trying to go. And they
Mm-hmm.
just like, I just need somebody to talk to. Okay,
Right.
well, we
Mm-hmm.
have this over here for you.
So it's not necessarily the mentoring. Okay, you guys, look, I know that you all have probably a lot of questions for Andrea, and don't worry, we're going to have all of her contact information in the description below. And remember, WAP is Women Have a Purpose on the Move, which is so dynamic. And don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel and also give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment because we always want to hear from you. Andrea, before I let you go, girl, you know we have to play our
Here we go.
game. All right. The game is called This or That. It's pretty simple. I'm going to give you the choice of two things, and you, off the top of your head, just tell me which one you like the best. Are you ready to play?
Yes, I am ready.
All right, let's do this. All right. Android or iPhone?
Android.
Me too. Read the book or see the movie?
See the movie.
Okay. Wallflower or life of the party?
I'm the life of the
Yeah,
party.
I,
I
I
am.
could already tell that. Summertime fun or winter wonderland?
Winter Wonderland.
That's surprising. Eat to live or live to eat?
I want to live to eat.
Me too. Out in nature or in the house?
In the house.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Drive or ride?
Ride.
I like sports or I don't care.
I don't care.
And when you were younger, what was your first job?
My first job when I was younger was a musician. I
Okay.
played
Oh, what did you play?
the keyboard.
Okay.
That's
I did
it.
not know
Yeah.
that. I was not aware. All right, you guys. Y'all now have known everything you need to know about her. If you want to get in touch with her, make sure that you do. And don't forget, I appreciate you being here, y'all. And we'll see you next time on Extra.